recording wise things that I know people would need.
When you are alone, you can talk a lot.
Yeah.
But when you are two people, then it's like, oh, what are they saying? But if you are alone, you can just give advice. This is what I was saying.
That's right.
This and this and this.
And it would be the editor's narrative.
Well, these are 2 lanes.
Yeah.
That 2 lights, what flashlight for?
Which 2 lights? It means your lights are on.
But do I need the other one?
You want to switch it off? This is the one you don't want to be on.
Yeah, I don't want that.
The rest of them is fine.
Thursday, I'm gonna take this car.
It comes on automatically anyway. Has nothing to do with.
Oh, that's why
anything
it's
you've
written A
That's
for
right.
auto.
That's right. So once it senses that it's getting dark, it comes on.
96,000. Really?
You know, mine is only 100,000.
100,000.
Mhm.
Something legit.
They've done something. So I've shown you guys the streets of Pettswood, Cricklewood, Addington. These are the streets of East London. And this is my private time. I'm just taking you with me. So you're gonna have to excuse whatever we're saying. It might have absolutely nothing to do with the video. But when I could entertain you with saying something that you might need, I'll say something. Last time I was speaking to you guys about relationships. Have you noticed how much that there is about relationships online right now? It's just crazy. But as per how it affects your life as a business person, I suppose I could talk to you a little bit on that. Because when it comes down to business, there's this thing that Donald Trump said. I never thought I'll be quoting Donald Trump at any stage of my life, but he was right on that. You can either be a good husband or a good businessman. I don't know how right in following for this conversation that might be, because I think it could be both. It's just a lazy person that would say what he did, but then I think Donald Trump is very lazy. And to anyone that loves Donald Trump, I'm not even apologizing. I just think he's a lazy politician that's misogynist, does not like women, and does not like so many things that I don't wish to go into. Anyway, the video is not about Donald Trump. What he's good at is business. He's a multi-billionaire. And this channel is about business and every other thing that affects business. That's where this conversation comes in. Your relationship and choice of relationship would affect how you perceive yourself as a businessman or not. and it's the or not part that I think I should dwell on a little bit. You really, as a man, do not have to worry your head about the obvious. And the obvious, you're a businessman, you're in business to make money. Albeit that at the moment you might be doing a 9 to 5. That is obvious. You pursue that. But pursue with everything you've got. Love what you do. And if you don't love what you do, you have no business doing it unless it's a means to an end. Which means, obviously, if you're doing what you do just so you could make the money to invest in something else. Well, granted, that is one way to do it. But if you don't at all like what you're doing, I say step up and change what it is you do, just so that you could put the love into it. Love and your daily process is very important, as in you love what you do, because a man is what he does. And so if you love enough what you do, that love transfers into your self-esteem and your self-worth, regardless of what's going on in your personal life. Your personal life is your personal life. I go further than just talking about your personal life. I will tell you that if you are chasing a personal life, it means that your personal life is running away from you. You don't chase what is yours. And if you're chasing what is yours, you are not prioritizing what you should be doing, and therefore it's no wonder you should be chasing business. You're a man. You're a man. You should be chasing your future, regardless of what is going on in your life. Now you hear me? I mean, your life might be in shambles in one way or the other, but I say you're lazy if you're not trying to affect and fix it, because it would affect you in the long run. You know, you might have heard that women are multipliers. If you give a woman trouble, they'll multiply that for you. If you give a woman a happy life, they'll multiply that for you. It's only when you can't win that you have to just concentrate on the one thing you could affect without anybody, like you gave it birth, like you gave life to it. And the only thing you could give life to as a man is business. The only thing you could actually make happen without anybody actually being there to birth it for you is the business of making sure that you are successful as far as you could make yourself successful. And it only takes effort. In any direction you look, you could be successful at anything. Are you prepared to work hard? You better be. Are you prepared to put the hours in? You better put everything into it. So that's not where you start. It's not even what you do. It's how prepared you are for the progression, for the evolution of who you want to be. And who you want to be cannot be a dream. You can't be dreaming about it. It has to be activated on a daily basis. As mundane as that sounds, going to work is activation. Put in more hours, take more overtime, you know? Cut all that whole spending your time in the clubs. Cut all that chasing women. In the end, it only bring you trouble. It only bring you trouble because you might not have realized that a lot of women in 2024 are hypogamous. And therefore, if they're going to be monkey branching from the one to the other and you're not actually prepared for it, I mean, as in get money first before you look at women, you'll find yourself on a losing streak. And when we say women, I use that word very advisedly. A businessman that is serious about his life should be about one woman, and that's it. Because that's all your life could take for you to be successful. That's all your life needs for you to be successful. You know? In the absence of that, focus on your process. Focus on your business. Put those hours in. Go to bed early. wake up early and get yourself back out to work. That's what pays your bills. That's what will pay our bills. That's what will pay all the bills. Especially if you're a dad. Especially if you're a man that actually wants to create kingdom. You want to be a leader. Well, it's no point wanting to be a leader, but you haven't got the tools for it. As simple as just getting into the car and driving, you would need a driver's license. You need to be put through the process of actually driving. It takes 10,000 hours to be an expert in anything. If you're not putting the hours in, you would not actually be a good businessman, because it's what God has put your way in terms of a 9 to 5 that will eventually revert itself into the business you might foray into. Your boss hasn't got two heads. You'd learn as much as possible from the process of going to work for somebody else. You're only making them rich, by the way, before you start thinking of working for yourself. You must work for yourself as well in the end. I'm not knocking anyone going on a 9 to 5. Doing a 9 to 5 is very good for actually the ladders, the process to actually get from A to B. But that done, and give yourself a deadline, because without a deadline, you would actually do the same job you've been doing for 10, 15, maybe 20 years. That is your life being put in the gutter. Nobody made you do that. And some people, I've heard them say, well, some people are meant to be leaders and some people are meant to be followers. Don't believe that. Every man is born a leader. You just haven't been processed right. Change your friends. If they're lazy, well, you'll be lazy too. The 5 people you speak to the most will affect the entire life you have. You'll be the 6th one that is going to be lazy. If you, however, are looking at people that are doing well in their life, and the 5 people that you're actually studying are doing well, you'll be the 6th one that'll do well as well. There is no reason for any man to expect his portion in life is poverty. And if it's because you go to church, get off your damn knees. That's not what religion, let's leave religion out of it. But it could make you mentally lazy. Prayers have its place, but then you've got to actually be heaven that helps himself. Because God will only give you things that he thinks you deserve. And your deserve is to actually realize that the rigors of the kingdom needs strong girth, needs strong energy. You need to get off from your knees at some stage and go work. It's not your tithes that would make you rich. The pastor lied to you if that's what you're actually following. Stop being a follower and start remembering that you are a born leader. And the reason I say this is very simple. You cannot actually expect to lead a family if you don't believe you're a leader. God made you that way. At some stage, you'll have to start believing in the process. As a man, what have you brought to the table to lead with? And luckily, women are doing so well in business, and everywhere you look, there are women doing ever so well. All they're looking for is a man that is prepared to put his finger out a little bit and at least support himself. And remember that he actually has someone that is depending on him for support. Moral support is not enough. You got to pay bills. That support is what I'm talking about. Yes, I know about respect and the rest of all that. You get it. That's not an issue when you get up and go to work. You just won't see anything else that is not good for your process. As a choice, refuse to see it. Refuse to be part of that argument that would drag you down. You don't have to argue with a woman. You don't have to take that feminine energy with a woman, because that would make you less of the process and less of the man that really she wants you to be. That she tests you is all female. All females test you. Forget that. Does she love you? If you know she does, get on back on your grind. and get back to work. You're wasting time she needs for you not to be wasting. She needs for you to be out there like all the men that she knows that you can actually be. And if you think back and you fair to her, she's supported you at some stage if you're sure she loves you. If now she's not supporting you as much as you think she needs to have carried on supporting you, it's because it's making you damn lazy. You don't need that much support as a man to fly. In fact, waiting for people to support you is the wrong way, is the best way to make sure you stay exactly where you sit. I'm from the Igbo tribe. And in our culture, when a man falls, everybody lets him get up by himself. You can't get up by yourself. You should sit where you fell. And that's why we make very good business people. Because after tired of waiting and you've prayed, it occurs to you at some stage that God needs you to get up your damn knees and go do some work. And work hard. And keep working hard. The results will prove itself. The day you actually get to the next level, know that the deadlines you gave yourself has succeeded. And make sure you give yourself a deadline. Those deadlines are crucial in business. What was it you were saying again about women? Don't you worry, the woman that you chose to love you would love you even more. Women, love, and money. That ought to be the title of this video. But let's not belittle the video by doing that. Anybody who's going to be looking to be in a relationship today without work has misplaced their priorities. You put work first. And you work damn hard. And then you work some more. Till there's no time left for anything else. Especially if you're saving time for women. You only need one. She sees you. She knows you're there. What you need? Affirmation. That's feminine energy. What you need? For her to praise you. Feminine energy. What you need? For her to love you. You just don't see it. The love she's giving you is allowing for you to get up. Because any much more love than that is going to weaken you. Get up, son. How do you get up? How do you sit down and say sat there? At one stage you were walking on your own damn feet. Remember who you are. Love the process of getting up. The next stage up is always just round the corner. Keep walking. Your skills, your transferable skills that God has given you is the lantern in the night. You're going to get there. It's a promise. Much as tomorrow is not a given, what is given is that one step of 1,000,000 miles would lead you to that conclusion, that eventual place that you go in. You just have to keep walking, one foot in front of the other. Every day you get up and you do it again. Yesterday was successful. That was yesterday. Build on it. Today is going to be much more successful because you've practiced it. Much more successful because now you've been doing it a while. You could now break away from the whole thing that's been holding you back, you making somebody else rich, and do something for yourself. Your boss hasn't got two heads. He got up. She got up. And then put together a business for you to come and work in. So the units that she created, one person doing a little bit of business would serve he or her to an extent. You just have to multiply that blessing that God has given you and become a bigger umbrella for a whole lot more people. Shoot for the stars. You shoot for the stars, at least you should get to the treetop. Get to the treetop. If all you need to do is just pay your bills, that's all you're going to get. That's all the universe and that's all God himself would think you've asked for. If you want to actually make sure that your employees actually come to a place where they're paid well, sooner or later it'll come to you how to expand this one thing that is making you a little bit of money. Don't be a corner shopkeeper. Don't be a tiny little small businessman. If you're a tiny little small businessman, you leave no room for your woman to be a small businesswoman. You've got to be big enough to multiply in the excess that she could actually look back and say, well, I see you, bruv. I see what you're doing. And she'll multiply with you. They're built that way. What I'm saying? Look at the best part of what a woman could bring in your life rather than crying she's cheating, she's doing this, she's doing that, she doesn't love me no more. I mean, please. Bruv, you're wasting your own time. There are women everywhere. One's not good enough, they'll always be the right fit. But they don't look at you till you start looking at yourself. You look at yourself in a very critical manner. You look at yourself till you actually see the ugly in you. Women, we're built to be ugly. More so, we're built to be dangerous. Where's your danger? When I say dangerous, you should be intellectually dangerous so that anyone who's competing with you know that they're in big trouble. You could reduce your prices. You could make it more exclusive. You could work harder. You could work abroad. You could sell all over the world. You're not competing with the man next to you. He's selling just in London. Well, you could sell in London, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Germany, France. You got YouTube videos and AI these days that could convert what you're saying into very many different languages. Get out there. Do more than just be a little small player. Small players are like nice guys that get nowhere. Quit that whole nice guy shit anyway. Because men are not meant to be nice guys. That's feminine energy. Be nice to the one that is nice to you, only if she's nice to you. If she's not nice to you, oh well, you don't gotta be nice. You're going to annoy her in the end anyway with all that bloody niceness. Get out there and be someone that gets things done. Get out there and be someone that affects the world. Create a network. Get your troops together. Get tired of being a one-man army. I am. But you're only a one-man army insofar as what you're building is so big and so huge that when you start networking, you need an entire army to support what you're doing. Now that's leadership for you. And then you thought you weren't a leader. You are a born leader. You're born to lead. You got a dick. You're a man. Stop listening to the lies they told you when you were growing up. Stop messing with people that detract from you. Stop listening to people that reduce you. Pick yourself up, get up, and get going. You're wasting precious time. You're getting older, and the older you are, well, as a man, the more distinguished you get. But how about your pocket now? Your pocket has to be large too. And so the wisdom is, as an old man with all this knowledge, you cannot work as hard as you did in your 20s. Employ more people to work for you. You just be that sphere of influence that influences them into success, for which you'll be rich as well. Forget yourself for a minute. What have you done for the world? What have you done for your employees? Who have you employed? Do you want to employ anyone? Employ yourself first. Make those videos. Represent yourself till it hurts. Represent some more. You're a man, you're not going to get it as easy as even your wife might if she's in social media. Get it, she's a female. It's made for female social media. But everybody needs social media these days. If you're ugly, be the ugliest. If you're dangerous, be the most dangerous. Whatever you are, take it to the extreme. You're a fighter, Fight ugly. Ugly and dangerous. Put combinations that nobody else has together. The reason? You're the only one that is you. In a world of 7 billion people, there's only you. Your lived experience is so vital and in need in the world that really, if you actually take yourself seriously, nobody could compete with you. You ain't comparable. You're so precious. You're so amazing. You're so able. Not if you don't actually start believing it. The only time you end up doing nothing in life is because you're waiting for something to happen. Nothing happens till you make it happen. You understand me, bro? You are the happening. You are the one that will make the happening happen. So life is like this journey. You only get there because you intended to have a destination. The destination will come. Just keep going. You will get there. There will be road stops. There will be traffic lights that give you time to breathe, that give you time to reconsider your next move. Gather your strength, gather your troops, and get back out there. Because what you're waiting for will not happen. It never does. What you want to happen is what you created. You want a tomorrow that you like? Create it. And so God made the world in his image. He made man in his image. What that suggests is that you're able to create something yourself. How else can you be in the image of God? And then he created woman to help him. Help you what? What have you that she's going to help you with? In your stupor, she's going to help you get up? That's not her job. You need to get up and then lift her up, and then she could help you. So you see, you got it all wrong. You want the love of a woman, it starts with loving yourself, bruh. You love yourself so that it's so easy for somebody else to love you. You love yourself to the point that you're so confident you verge on arrogance. I'm not saying be arrogant. That's a whole other issue. But you should be so confident with who you are that you don't let small talk reduce you. You don't let arguments, and you shouldn't be in one anyway, with anybody reduce you. You should be too busy to have time to argue. You really should have no time for the devil to infuse his bullshit into your life. You opened the door. You went knocking. Somebody opened. It was hell you were knocking for. You think you're looking for a good time. There are no good times you did not create that money can't buy. And if you have money, and when you do have money, you should be buying influence and businesses, buying businesses and selling them, buying products and selling them, buying and selling. Creating when you cannot create, buy and sell. When you can't buy and sell, well, create. If you cannot create or buy and sell, well, become the product. In a world full of internet creators, the most valuable thing today is attention. Attention. Learn to hold attention by what it is you know. Let people come for it. Build it and they'll come. What have you built today? What have you said today that is of value to anyone? Because there are younger men coming up that are listening to you and are watching out for what it is you could say. That we have no community anymore. We have no old men anymore that are prepared to speak because they all get shouted down. And yet old men have a lot to say if they're allowed. If they're allowed, nobody is going to allow you. You just do your thing. It's a world of equal opportunities out there. You're waiting for a break you could give yourself. Give yourself the break. Get out there and be the one that created who you are. In whose image? Your image. You've prayed long enough, haven't you? When is God going to answer your prayers? This could be it. This little video could be your prayers answered. A kick up the butt. Who's going to give you a kick up the butt? Well, I hope this video is giving you a kick up the butt. You need a kick. You need a shaking. You need to wake up, bro. It's all happening out there. It could be happening for you too. In slow incremental stages, it happens. Don't be in a rush. If you're always in a rush, it's probably one of the reasons you can't give your woman right exactly what it is she wants. She wants you to slow down when it comes to her anyway. Take your time with a woman, you know, pet her, look after her. You know, in the other room, you might need to actually learn to slow down, not just think about yourself. Give her what it is that she would actually remember you for. Do you care about being remembered for something? Well, you better care. Because even in business, people only go and do business with people they remember. You came along, you did something for someone, you give them something that they find valuable, and now they're going to pay you to do it again. What is it you've done that anyone could find valuable? Turn it into a business. And don't tell me you can't do anything valuable. Everyone could do something valuable. Everyone. It could be a service, it could be your knowledge, or you're lazy and you cannot convert that knowledge into cash. Well, that's a whole other issue. Well, you got me. I'll tell you how to convert your knowledge into cash. Start making your first internet video. You just have to be consistent. Do it and do it again. Do it yet again. Open your mouth, shame the devil. Speak and trust that what it is you have to say has value in it. The self-belief is what I'm talking about, that you come to the table with, would prove you right. There's no point having self-belief if there is nothing that that could impact the world with that self-belief. It becomes stagnated and still and stilted towards your ego. Has nothing to do with you. Your product is the star. If you could stand aside, get out of your own way, allow for your product to speak for you, the wealth will take care of you. Because it'll come. Just stay on that journey. Keep traveling. Don't get to the end of it even when you get to the end. There's farther to go. Look ahead of you. There are people doing extremely well. Do you know when they started? This journey hurts, bruv. It could take you 5 years if you're lucky. It could take you 10. But if you don't start, and you keep whining, and you keep looking for trouble that would actually get you into deeper trouble, women have babies. And once that baby starts crying, that's your life over for 20 years. If you're lucky enough not to have a baby you're feeding, take yourself and take yourself seriously. That's a break. Don't complicate yourself when you have the freedom to set yourself free. Because everything that does not work in yourself, and you take this now and listen to this and listen good, was created by you. If your life is not working, you created a life that's not working. If your life's not working so well, you created a life that's not working so well. How did you do that? Your life choices, bruv. Your life choices. Put it away. It only brings you trouble. One would do just as much as all of them would have done. You want to taste every one of them? Make it a business. It'll be an evil little stupid business, but you'll be rich. And then you could taste as many as you want. What I'm saying right now, start with just the one. Start with just you. You're enough. You always were enough. But you need validation from this person and that person. And you're taking photographs and you're putting it online and you're trying to actually pose and look good. You're wasting, that's feminine energy. If a girl does that, she could get away with it. What are you doing that for, bro? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about you and what you look like, and the rest of that. Women only laugh at you. What are you producing? Where are you working? What did you bring in last week? Did you bring in anything? Not how much it is, just did you bring in anything? And if you haven't, and your luck is so heavy that you can't find a way to make sure you do, keep trying, bruv. Keep trying. Keep trying, because sooner or later it would happen. It happens. It always does. What you can't do is give up on yourself because it didn't happen straight away. Give up on yourself because it didn't happen this year. It might happen next year. But when it happens, run with it. Run with it till you get to the next stop, and have your goals in place. Have your deadlines in place. Have everything that is going to move you from, like where a ladder you were climbing, from point A to point B in place. And then keep climbing. The journey never ends. The journey only begins when you stand up and get going. Suffice you will get there. Why are you still sitting, whining, complaining, being heartbroken, you little sniveling pig? Stop it. Stop it. Crying. Someone hurt you. Your girl left you. For who? She never was your girl anyway. It was just your turn. Your girl would never leave you. She would be building with you. If you had something for her to build with, she probably helped you. Helped you get something going. And now you're big enough to start complaining. You want to get everything all at once right now. What if you can't? Then what? Because you can't. Nobody ever gets everything all at once right now. Only a child expects that. You're a grown man, bruv. Nobody's gonna pick you up. Your tears will dry by itself till you're ready to get up. Too late. Never is too late, by the way. But if you ever believe in it being too late, it could be a reason why you still sat down crying, complaining, whining, being heartbroken, blaming everyone else but yourself. The buck stops with you. That's what leadership means. The buck always stops with you. Whether it works, it doesn't work, it was you all along. The things you need to make it work was always under your nose. God never keeps what you need far away from you. You just have to have Him pray, get up and look around. There it is. Right under your nose. It always is under your nose. You just weren't looking for it. You just were not believing in it. You just didn't think it would be where you could find it. Where did you think God would place it? Leading the horse to the water doesn't mean you could make it drink. God gave us free will. What are you using your free will for today, bro? Because you could have the self-destructive behavior that's stopping you from creating behaviors that are going to be good for you. Like getting up really early to get to work really early, and that for some people just won't do, and therefore they'll choose not to work. How you mean get up at 5 o'clock to get to work at 7? Bruh, that's too much for some people, yeah? Really? The amount of jobs you could get actually out there that start at 7 o'clock is horrendous. I know, but is available. It's hard, but then you're a man. What do you think a man is supposed to do with his life? Hard things, bruv. Ever catch yourself out doing something weak and not hard enough? Stiffen up. Stiffen up. and get harder. Beat yourself up. Go to the gym some. Beat yourself up if you're young, ×2. Just so you can beat the weakness out of you. Never gonna be weak. You ain't never gonna be scared. Not if you're strong. It's all an idea. It starts with you realizing that men do hard things. Now, what could be harder than just getting up and going? In fact, what could be easier than just getting up and going? Where am I going? Well, some things you gotta figure out by yourself. That's the whole point of this conversation. Figure it out. Figure it out. Don't need milk from mama anymore. And stop calling your woman mama. She ain't your mama. Words have weight. Stop letting women call you daddy either. You ain't their daddy. Stop being anybody's daddy. Be your first son. Be your first son out there and treat yourself like you were treated someone very special. And look after yourself. Look after your mental health. Look after your physical health. Take care of your psyche. You need a job, bro. It's only after you've got enough savings from having a job that you could get into business. You need a business above all else. But you need seed money first. How do you get seed money? Get yourself up. How do you get yourself up? Stop looking for excuses. So is your woman an excuse? Damn right. She damaged you, she destroyed your life. Yep. And guess who gave her the power to do so? You did. Because she had no business depending on her affirmation in the first place. You just proved to her that you were too weak to stand up. And so she helped you sit back down. So she could move on. Is that what she did to you? And you can't forgive yourself? Well, good. Good. If you can't forgive yourself, you'll have to do something about reparation. And you owe yourself a reparation because life is not forever. Life is not forever. The struggle is real, bro. Get back out there into the struggle. Get back into the cold. Take your place. It's only over when you say it's over. And if you're still young and you said it's over already, what you going to do for the next 50 years? What you going to do for the next 20 years? Because you look in the mirror, there you are again. With your journey untraveled. Letting somebody else run your race. Letting someone else be you. That you could have been. Could have, woulda, shoulda. Is that your life story? I will, I can, I have. That should be more like it. We'll start now. Let this video be your clarion call. Let it wake you up. If God speaks through people, blame it on God that you heard this video today. I know it's for you. Not for everyone, but for the person listening to this and taking it seriously, you'll get up. Everything will be all right. Thank you for listening, and do subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, you might never see me again. Do this out of love. But I promised I'll shake you up a little. I hope you're awake now. When I'm gone, it'll be like a dream. When I stop speaking, the inspiration would have been over. I hope you've been inspired. It always was about you, bro. Get out there and make yourself count. Take care. Till next time, stay blessed. And remember to subscribe. I'm out of here.